Right now, finding our roots, building ourselves up from the rubble, building that foundation that weathers all the storms of life. That's why we're here, guys. Pissed off for excellence.
Today's video blog comes from John, and he's in England. Hey Greg, big fan from England. I've been watching your fitness videos. They've been extremely helpful. But when working my biceps, I noticed there's a gap between my bicep and my elbow. Is there anything I can do to close that gap? Thanks, John, England. John, it's a great question, man. I see that a lot, man. I see it, the gym I work out, on a normal basis. When I'm traveling, all these other gyms, it's a common occurrence, man. You got these guys in there. They're trying to prove something to everybody else. Like they're on a mission in there to satisfy and to impress others instead of being on a mission to improve themselves internally and grow their muscles. What I mean by that is that they're not checking their pride at the door. They're coming in there with this big ego trip, throwing weight around that they have no business controlling. So that gap you're talking about is a lack of a full range of motion in your curl. These guys are coming in there, right, and you've seen them a million times. They stand up, right, and they grab this bar, a straight bar, and they're starting right here, right? They pick it up, ugh! Of course they scream a couple times so everyone notices them, and they're sitting here like this. And right now they're already failing. Why? Because from here, right, from here to here, that's part of the bicep right there. But they're starting right here, like they're going to do a back row or something. So they're already missing out. That right there is starting to form that gap. Their first motion, most of the time, these guys, right, because they're trying to impress everybody and lift them weight they shouldn't have in their hands, is that they lean forward first. When they lean forward, watch what happens to this angle. As I lean forward, it closes even more. And then they come back up with their back. Now look, I'm only doing a curl from here to here now. Really, So they pick up the weight, oh, okay, here we go. Already starting off bad. They lean forward to get that momentum so they can use their back to lift it, which decreases the angle and the range of motion of the bicep, and then they throw their back into it using that momentum, and now the biceps are working from here to here. Last I looked, that's not a fucking curl. This is a curl. So when you start working with your hands palmed up on a straight bar, going from here to here all the time, what are you doing? You're just working from there to there. So how can you not form a gap? Of course you're going to have a gap. The only way you're going to break the gap is coming all the way down, full range of motion. Now from here, coming all the way up, you're working the entire long head and short head of the bicep. The other thing people are forgetting about with biceps, which causes these gaps, is that the bicep has two functions. One is to lift the weight. The other function, lifting the weight is one, the other function is rotating the weight. See my bicep from here? See how the bicep goes all the way down to the elbow right here? And then when I rotate my hand, my pinky, all the way around, boom, now I'm hitting the heads there. So when you're doing a curl, like with dumbbells, you bring it up with a hammer, right? And as you're coming up, you're rotating your pinky all the way around to your shoulder. That's the entire curl. That's proper form right there. Full range of motion. Also with biceps. That's a fucking playing with it, but hey, it's live shit. You never know what's gonna happen. I have a big clock right here, and I'm perpendicular to it. And this is 12, 6, 9. When I'm lifting, starting here at 6 o'clock, my hands are at 6, bring to my chest, as opposed to like a 7:30 to a 9 o'clock, 11 to straight up like a guillotine. You're working different portions of the head. When that elbow comes up parallel to your shoulder or higher, you're working more of a peak of the bicep, the height of it. When your hand placements are inside on the bar, inside shoulder width, you're working the outside portion of the bicep, the short head. When your hands come outside of shoulder width, now you're working the long head, the inside portion of the bicep. Are these important? Yes, they are. Are you just doing a straight bar? No, you're doing dumbbells, so you can get the rotation in there too. All these things are vital in order to develop the entire head of the bicep. Majority of the people that have that gap is because one, they're lifting too heavy and they're not doing a full range of motion. And two, they're not doing any kind of dumbbell work. They're not doing any rotation. They're just doing curls all the time. And most of the curls are standing curls and preacher curls. They're never putting those hands above the shoulders and doing curls to work the heights and different things. Or they're never separating their hand placement from inside shoulders to outside shoulders. You need to work all of them. Look at that bicep 2 workout I showed you guys. I break that thing down a lot on all these different spectrums of the bicep. But that gap, once you have it developed, your body gets in a routine where it's comfortable. Again, that comfort zone is your danger zone for your potential. You got to break that monotony, change that workout up. So I would say, John, if that gap is there, lower the weight, man. Yeah, I swear, the lower the weight, the more of a pump you're going to get, the more progress you're going to make on the targeted muscle group you want. Now, is there a purpose on going heavy? These guys are throwing all that weight. You know, I might sound condescending here, but there is some positive stuff in that. What is it? This is it. When you put that heavy weight, right, and you do a really heavy load-bearing set, warm up first, guys. Warm up. Don't do this, but then right after you're warm, your muscles are good, go for it. Watch your back, though, you know. Get a belt if you need to. If you got to throw a little movement in there, it's fine. What you're really doing here is you're not really trying to do like the perfect form. You're doing something called cheat curls, which are heavy curls. You're getting the muscle used to an overwhelming load, you know? Getting the muscle used to having all that taxation and burden on the muscle. The muscle doesn't like that shit. So what does it do when you rest? It grows stronger because we don't want to go through that again, you know? So there is a bonus in that, but that is not your entire workout. No, that's just something you do to start the workout off. We're going to rip up the big heads of the bicep. Then you go in there, full range of motion, lighten the weight, and dissect like a surgeon, hitting the outside head, the inside head, the brachialis, the forearms, full range of motion with a twist, with a full range being from a 6 o'clock curl to an 11 o'clock to a 9 o'clock, hitting all those heads. Anyway, John, I hope that helps, man. I'm trying to get not so long-winded these days, you know, so I'm trying to go fast and to the point. So that's my tips on biceps, man. Work rotation in there, and then, you know, full range of motion. Almost even past zero, you know, really go down past to come back up. Negatives are really good too, guys. I showed that in bicep too. A negative is when you do a curl, right? You curl it up, and it's a real heavy weight, like on a preacher or something like that, where your form is not in question. You don't do heavy negative curls standing. It's always something where your body's locked in and your shoulders are buried into a pad, and it's all the stresses on your bicep. Don't put on your back on negatives. But what it is, you're gonna put a lot of weight on that bar, something you might be able to do like 2 reps of maybe, and you're gonna bring it up, right? And you have a partner, then it's gonna pull that weight away from you. You're gonna hold on to it, and he's gonna pull it, and so you're working the negative, and then when it comes down, your partner helps you bring it back up, and you do that again. That's really good if you're doing like 3 sets of biceps on an exercise. Your 4th set, instead of a drop set, boom, we throw a heavy negative set in there. Keep changing that up. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This tips on biceps. You know, keep eliminating the gap between the elbow and the start of the bicep head.